Welcome to today's session. Just give me a few minutes. I'm just setting up the system and then we will start. I think the quality of the video today will be much better because I managed to get that to be fixed, but maybe you will have some issues with your connectivity if your internet is not fast. But you have the option to select different levels of quality of video. So you have between from 144 to 1080p. So you choose based on your internet connection. As I said, I think I said that in some of the emails, we're going to do a full case study, something that will cover maybe 70% of the course. It will be a little bit challenging because we're going to cover many things, but just look at it as something that gives you a full picture of what really the situation and what we're going to be doing in this course. And I think doing a case study every one day or other day, more case studies will get you to understand the process and master those commands you need to master. I think that may be a good strategy, maybe, yeah. We will see how it will go, but I think, in my opinion, it will work. But let's see how that will develop. Okay, so almost I am ready. I can see there are 7 people there. Again, the questions that you can ask, remember menti.com, Mentimeter. In my case, it's Mentimeter, in yours is Menti. So you get into Menti and you can start adding your questions there. I'll just put it on the screen so you will see it. I noticed last time I looked at the video that recorded by YouTube automatic. I noticed that you do not see the mouse moving on the screen. That's something I will find how I can do it. I think I have an idea how to do it, but I'm not going to test that idea now. I'll test it outside and then I will explain. But I'll show you when I click on anything, I will be saying, or you click here, I'm clicking there, so you can get an idea of what's happening. Now here where you can put your questions, it's coming in few seconds, it's just loading, doing many things at the same time on the same Wi-Fi, so it could be a challenge for my network. But you basically go into menti.com and then you enter the number 427664 and then you start adding questions. If you joined us last time, you know now how to do it. But if you are new, this is how to do it. You just go to menti.com and then you enter 427664 and then you put your questions. So I'll keep this window open. I'll come to it from time to time just to make sure I am capturing what are you asking for. Good. So back to what we're going to do today. I can see there are 9 people there. It's good. I think people who can afford this time will be great if they can come. I know the time is too late, but the recording will be there and you can watch the recording. I think some of you maybe prefer to be live so you can ask questions and you feel maybe more connected to the lesson than being remotely watching the presentation without being part of it. So what we will do today, today we'll take some data which we have. We have a table that contain thousands, I think, of records on student grades. I think, let me look at the file. It's too big, you didn't see it. I'm going to put it in the screen, but just let me see Where is that file? Yeah, I did manage to find the file. So this file has every student grade for every course, and there is huge number of this. Basically, this file I used today to do some analysis on our grade, so I can look at areas that we need to improve, or area that we're doing well and continue doing well in those areas. So this actually is something I'm using for the department. You would not see any student names or ID or faculty. We removed all this data and kept only grade related to course and student performance, but without having student ID or name. So there are thousands of rows. Each row is for a student grade in one subject. And you know, student doing 5 courses, and you have large number of students. So how are we going to analyze it? So what I'm looking for, part of our continuous improvement, we do something, they call it program learning outcome, attainment of program learning outcome. And we have in our programs number of learning outcome. In CIS we have around 13 learning outcome. There are 9 core, which every concentration, all the concentration will meet, and there are 3 to 4, depends on the concentration, are for that concentration. So if you're studying, for example, security and forensics, there are 4 additional learning outcome related to security and forensics that you have to meet. Okay, and same thing for the applied media, the 7 learning outcome. 4 of them are core, and 3 of them are for the concentration. So we need to show that students are meeting those program learning outcomes. So what we have a mapping between the course learning outcome and the program learning outcome. So we're saying, for example, course CMC 2303. It has 3 or 4 learning outcome. Learning outcome 1 is mapped maybe to program learning outcome 3. Okay. Now, by looking at the performance of the student in each of these courses that are mapped to the program learning outcome, we can give an indication if the student met the program learning outcome. The way we do it is very detailed, but I'm not going to show you that details because I can't show you some of the data. I cannot just put it on the screen. This is why I'm giving you a high level, where we look at the course, the student performance in the course as overall. And then based on that, we can come with an idea for the student learning outcome. Let's start and look at the data, and then you will understand the steps we will be going through. Now, you still can ask questions. I'm not sure if any one of you started asking questions. Not yet. No question came yet. That's good, because we just started. Do you hear me clearly? Is the video clear? Write something on maybe YouTube. I can't hear your voice, sir. There's someone saying I can't hear your voice, sir, but I think that was maybe at the beginning. But now I hope you can hear me. You hear me now? I can find out if you hear me or not. Yes, you can hear me, because I'm hearing myself from the live session. So I think you can hear me. Okay, now we are in a notebook, Azure notebook. So we're going to create a project. Let's create project, and we'll call it program assessment. And then I click new. So now I'm getting into the program assessment. Sorry, I have to go to the library level, higher level. I was doing that in the wrong place. So now I clicked on library, which beside Odabi. I think you can see Odabi. There is a clicked on library. And here I create a new library. I'll call it program assessment. Good. So, and give it here PA. Okay, for program assessment. I click assess program. I'll call it program assessment, just like that. Yeah, assessment. and now I'm getting, you need a certain number of characters in your file. Now I am there. So what I need to create a new Python, so we'll call it analysis, and we will select, this is important, we will select 3.6 here, and I'm going in with the 3.6. Now, no more, good. So this is the file created here, analysis, here, you see it. I click on it now, it will open it in the Jupyter notebook. Okay? And wait for it, take few seconds to load and get ready. Is the resolution good now? I hope yes. Okay, it is good because I'm watching it from the live one as well, but maybe because of, it depends on the connection. Now I am here, so let's little bit increase this one so you can see it. I need to upload the file, so I'll go into data like what we did last time, click on upload, and then search for my file. I have the file here, and here is the file that I'm looking for. So get it there. Now it will ask me these questions. Remember last time I said very important, you select library from here. After you select library from here, then you click start uploading. Otherwise it will go on the root folder and you will not be able to find it. Okay, so that's done. Now the file is uploaded. Where is it? I go back to this tab and I do refresh. I will see now the third file appearing on the list. Here is it. So this is the file name which I will be I'll be using in my application. So let's go back to our application, and as you know, the first thing we do, we import pandas. Pandas is the library or package that will do for us the magic. So import pandas pd, and now I say data, we'll call just data, yeah, data equal, and just a second, I have something bumping on that screen which is causing some problem. Okay, now it's okay. Good. So what we data and pd dot read underscore excel. Yeah. And what is the file name? Here is the file name. I just did copy the file name and paste it here. Now there are three files in this file name. If I just do it like it is now, and then hit run just to make sure connection is okay. So there is an issue here because I did not see as. Yeah. So import pandas as pd. Now we are fine. Now data is came, but if I do data dot head to see the first 5 rows, this will read for me the wrong sheet. This is the sheet and it has some data, but it's not the sheet that I'm looking for. I know the sheet is different, so I put the sheet name here. Sheet name equal quotation, because I have my file and I know what are those things in that file. So I need to make sure I'm reading the right file. So the sheet is here. Let me copy this sheet name. The sheet name is a little bit long here. So just open that file. Now here is the sheet name. Yeah, this is the sheet name. So now I'm reading the right sheet. So let's read it. Good. Now we are ready to start our analysis. Good. So we uploaded the file. Now we're looking at the head. So the steps again. One is you connect to your file using this line, which we did last time, data, PD, read, Excel, and then the file name, and then the sheet you're dealing with. Now here we're displaying the first 5 rows. So these are the first 5 rows. You can see there are term code, semesters, campus, some NaN means that missing data. We don't have the data for the site code. We can look at it later. We have the block, we have so many things, yeah, and we have the grade of the student. So this is the full data. So how many data in this sheet? You can use len. So if I say len, which the length, len data, you will see now we have 19,998 records. It's a huge file, has all this data which we are looking at now. So how we deal with such a big data? That's the question now. Now, first of all, what are the courses that are in this data? So we have a large number of records, but what are the unique courses, the courses in the data? Now go back to data.head and looking at the head, which the top 5. These are the top 5. You find somewhere here written course, yeah? And there are so many here, the list is too big, yeah? We're looking only at 5, but the length is huge. So what are the unique courses? So to find the unique courses, we will do this. We will say data, square bracket, quotation, and then course. Now the case is very important, yeah, again, even between quotation. Here it's course, I use course. And then I want to know what are the unique courses. So the keyword is unique. So use unique, and this one will give me the unique courses. And there are unique courses, yeah? We have, these are the unique courses. I mean courses that are not repeated here. You'll find every course only once listed here, yeah? So this way we look at what are the unique courses we have in our data. Now these unique courses, as you can see, they're coming as array, not as a data frame. While data, this data is a data frame. And data frame means it is 2 dimensions. It has columns and it has rows, yeah? And this is why we call it a data frame. So how I can convert now this one from being this format here to become like a data frame? To do this, I need to do the following. One, I need to use a command called or function called data frame. So assume I'm going to write a report. Let me use a variable and call it report. This is my final report, will be this report. So I'll start building it slowly, step by step. So pd dot data frame. This basically what it will do, it will convert for me the details coming like an array into a table. It become like a table, and you will see now how it will look like. It will look much better than the one we are dealing with at the moment. So what are the things we need to convert here? First, let's store this one in something called courses. So courses equal data frame. So this data which we have here, sorry, let me delete that. Courses equal data, and this now a variable that has the unique courses. And then we come and create our report and use pd data frame to convert these courses into data frame. Okay, and let me add a column. Let's do it without that, then I'll show you how the difference between the two. Now if I do like that, and now just say report like this, I will get this table. See, it looks like a table. The courses, instead of being in just like a list, now they come nice in a table. But you notice one thing, the column name here is 0. So I want to give it a name. I add after courses here, I add comma, I say columns, yeah, columns equal, and then inside I give the column name. So I say course. Now once I do this 0 become course. So basically I converted the steps we did. Let's go slowly. First one, we took the unique courses from data, using data courses unique. They gave us the unique courses. Those who did watch last time, they will understand it. And then store this one in a variable called courses. Okay, now in the next step, we created something called report, which you want to put it in a table format. And we used PD, which our pandas, this one, pandas. We use PD and we use a function called data frame. This function does one thing. It converts any array or a list of data into a data frame. Yeah, make it a pandas data frame. So this one requires two things from you. One is a must, which the data you want to convert. And the data I want to convert now is courses. And the other one is optional, is the column name. What do you want to call this column? So if we do this, and I hit run, and then come back and do a report and hit run, I will see now the courses came here. So far, what we did, we read the data in something called data. We display the head just to look at the column name, and we find there's something called course. The next step, I said I need to grab all these courses. I know exactly what are the courses I have. Because in the data frame here, these courses are repeated, as you can see. You will see so many if you look at the larger data, like let's look at 50, yeah? Head of 50. And if you look at 50 of this, you will see somewhere these courses are repeated. They come again and again. It's not once, like see LSS 2403, it's again. I don't want it to be repeated. I want unique value, just one value. So how many times this course code came? Just one time. So that's what I did here. So we came here and said courses, a new variable, grab for me or take for me from the data courses unique values. So every course you find, just take one of that course. And if there are 5, take only one. If there are 100, take only one. And put them in a list. And the list, you call it courses. Okay? Good? Now, next thing, I want to create a new data frame. Just for me, I'm going to build it. As you can see, I will call it report. And this report, I take the course list and convert it into data frame using .data frame, and I give it a column's name, course. Notice here in the column, if you remove this bracket, it will not work, yeah? You need to have it between bracket. Now, if your data has more than one column, like there is courses and beside courses there is something else, then you add a comma here and add the something else. So this one now, what it did, it created for me a data frame of just only the courses. Yeah? Any questions coming there? Why we do sheet name? Very good. This is a good question. We do sheet name if we have more than one sheet in a spreadsheet. Excel files can have multiple sheets, not only one sheet. And because this file I'm dealing with has 3 sheets, with different names, I want only the sheet that has the data I need. Yeah. So that sheet name in Excel, if you open an Excel file, usually you will find down sheet 1. Sheet 1, you can rename it anything, and then you get sheet 2, you get sheet 3. or anything. So the one I'm looking for is this sheet. This one that has this sheet. Yeah, good. Thank you for that question. And the live, it is not clear. I think if it's not clear, you need maybe to select a high resolution. You know, in YouTube, there are options that you can select different resolution, and you can go for high definitions resolution. I think if you do that, it will be clear, because I'm watching the live one on my other computer and it looks clear to me. Maybe your connection, your internet is not fast enough in the location you are on, or you are on your phone. Okay, so far I think, is it clear so far? Yes, thank you. It is clear. Nobody said anything, but I'm just assuming it is clear. Very good. So this report, in my report, I need to have a matrix to calculate that. So I need to know how many students achieved 70 or above in each course. Those who scored C or above, or 70 or above. That's one metric. And the other metric is the total number of students in that course. So the way I calculate, I divide the number of students who achieve 70 or above by the total number of students, and I find the percentage. If that percentage is 80, then I have enough data to say that course contributed to meeting the program learning outcome. That's the way it's done. So this report need those matrices. So now currently I have only just one column in my report. Let me add another one. So to add a new column to any sheet, and I know now I have a mix of people who be familiar with things and people who may be looking at it the first time. But I think so many of you will be familiar. I know you know it. So report, now to add a new one, I'll say report, square bracket, and I give it name. I'll call it here metric 1. Metric 1 equals 0. So I'm setting a new column with all values are 0. Okay, let me do the other one, then I'll run it. You will see what difference that will make. And metric 2 is 0. Okay, and I will run it now and then run the report. You see how came my table. Now I have the courses, I have the metric 1 is 0 and metric 2 is 0. We start by 0, then we'll get it the right value. Yeah, we'll get the right value. Now for those who did not watch last time, if I change anything in any cell, I need to run it first, then I can run the next one. If I do not run it by hitting run or using using control enter, if I do not run it, then the data will not be available in the next cell. Will be the old data available. The new data will not be there. So that's what I need. So we do that. Now we did this. The next thing I need, I don't want data for all division. If you look here, there are so many, the computer science, there is engineering, there is health, education, everything. I don't want all this data. I need only data, for example, for applied communications. Yeah, I'm now doing the analysis here for applied communication. So I need just data for division of applied communication, and this is the division. Okay, again, I can find out what are those division. Yeah, what are those division we have here? First, my data set is data. So if I come here, say data dot column division. Why division? Because here they call it division, yeah, in the column. So I can just take it and use it here so I don't make any mistake. Dot unique again. Remember unique? Okay, so this is the unique, and this basically tells me what are the division. I have computer and information science, I have applied communication, and these are the only two divisions you have. Okay, so assume I need data only for applied communication. So how I can filter data and make it only data for applied communication. Okay, now we'll call it applied communication. Yeah, applied media. We call it applied media or applied communication. APC equal. So you need data for only applied communication. I need to store it in a variable called APC. Okay. So how I can do that? Basically, to do it, this is the way to do it. Data, your original data, and square bracket. Sorry. Sorry. Data again, square bracket, quotation, and then now here you say division. That's your division variable. Equal, applied communication. I will explain it now. See this one now, filter the data and give only applied communication. Leave this report aside. If I say ABC dot head only, now the data you will see here, all divisions will be applied communication, which we call it now applied media. Yeah, good. Now, very good. We are here now. Now let me explain this one. This one here, which I will cut it now, is the condition. The way to get the data to filter data is basically you need your data set and you need a condition between square bracket. Inside the square bracket you need just a condition that says select data based on this. My condition is that the division name is applied communication. So get me data with division name equal applied communication. Now in pandas it's easier than in Python. In Python you need if statement and lots of things. Here is easy, but you need to understand the logic behind it. And the logic is you say I need data and give me data that meet that condition. Now the condition is, here is the condition. Condition saying division, this is the column, this is the column, equal, two equals, yeah? Important to have two equals when you check anything. When you do a condition or check, you use two equals. Those who are coming from Java and C#, you are all familiar with it, yeah? It's not new for you. But people who are not coming from programming, and this is the great thing with this course, you have people from all specialization. So we are enjoying it, hopefully, by doing that. Anyway, so here I'm saying, get me the column division that is equal to applied communication. So the condition is very simple condition, yeah? This is the condition. The column division, the division equal applied communication. And that's the way you put conditions, no if statement or anything. So you need data that meet this condition, which the division, and to find any column, you use the data name, and then bracket, and then the column, yeah? So this basically is just the column. So get me the column, the data that has the column applied communication. And this way, this is doing for us just filtering data. So now if we refer to IPC, all the data in IPC just only for applied communication. So ignoring all the others, I'm focusing only on our applied communications. Just a second. Okay. Good. So far, what we did, let's repeat. We read the data. Okay. Then we looked at the head, that's fine. We looked at unique courses, and we created a list called courses. And this list contain only the unique courses. Each course only once. And this technique is very useful. If you look at sales of a company. They sell the same product 1,000 times, but you don't need all the thousands. You need to get what are those products they sell. And the products are listed. They have 100 products, or for example, Apple, they have maybe 5 or 7 total products. They do, but these 7 products, they sells huge number of those products. So you need to know those unique products. And here I need the unique courses. These are the unique courses, okay? So this is creating a list of unique courses. Then I started to establish a table that I will use for my report. So I did call it report. You call it anything. And basically it used pandas, data frame function, and then take those courses which we have here and add a column to them and call it report. So now report become a table that has all the courses with a column header is column. And then I added 2 more columns and gave them 0 value. Report metric 1 and report metric 2 and gave them 0 value. Good. And here I just filtered the data and took only ABC, which applied communication based on this one. It's applied media, but the report saying applied communication. That's okay. Now I had a look at it. It's fine. Yeah. Good. So these steps are so far clear. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll go and repeat it again. Now I will show you how we can use the for loop. If I go and say for course and courses, I know I jump quickly, then I come back, explain it. So print course. What I did here, I said go through these courses, yeah? Go through these courses, the list here, and go course by course, yeah? Course in courses, yeah? And go through these courses one by one and print for me the course ID, yeah? If you run this one, it's a loop, so you'll get all these courses coming on the screen. Why I need to do that? Because for every course I need to do some actions. Again, this is the for loop. We have done before. We said for I in range. Remember? That's what we used for I in range, or for J in range, or X in range. Now there is no range. The range is courses. Those list of courses is my range. So I don't need to say in range. So for course in courses, I can call it even C. If C in courses, see again, for C in courses, C is just single item in the list courses. So print .c, which you get me the same thing. Yeah, but it's easier to call it course so you can remember. Now this part is what I'm going to do now, is maybe the hardest part in the whole thing we're going to do. But it's easy, and I will repeat it and make it clear for you. And again, we will practice and practice. Every day we'll do one case study. So if you continue watching me and following this one, you will find it at the end very easy to do this. Anand, you hear me well? Everything is clear? Let me go back to the questions. Oh, there is question. Whether data object is a data frame? Yes, the data object is a data frame. Very good. This is good questions. Let's discuss, ask me questions so we can clarify this. Then we'll do the remaining. The remaining is a simple thing which we're going to do. Now, when you use read Excel, the outcome is a data frame by default. Okay? So when you use read Excel or read CSV or read HTML or read JSON, or so many read there, the object comes automatic data frame. But if you take only one column from any of these columns here, only single column, that single column will be put as a list, not as a data frame. Okay? So the word unique here, this one, this line here, took the courses from there and look at the unique and put it as a list. So it's not a data frame. So I need to convert it to a data frame. And the way I convert it to data frame, I use this command, pd.dataframe. And that will basically convert anything I pass here to a data frame. So that's correct. Yeah, thank you for that question. Now there is another question. It is too difficult because my Excel not like your Excel. Just in the beginning is right, then all error. Yeah, I know. If your Excel is different from my Excel, you will not follow me. You will have different result. You will have different information. I think my advice, what you do, just watch me now, and then after we finish, maybe you can look at the recording and do what you need to do. But if you just send me an email or with snapshot of what your Excel, then maybe I can tell you where you can go and make some changes on your code to make it fit with what we want to do. We will do multiple examples. But again, if your Excel is different, for example, if your Excel does not have a column called courses, then this line will not work with you for sure. So you need to put something else. Yeah? And that's where it is. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you all for saying it's clear. Good. So let's continue now. I think it's okay. So we are here. I think this part may be now becoming clear. Basically, I don't want to do print. Yeah, but I just did it because I want to see how it will look like on the screen. So let's jump to the next thing we need to do. Now, my objective of doing this, and I need now to focus on those courses in my report. Okay, so I don't want to look at all the other courses that are not in my report. Yeah, and this is what I need. So now, good thing we already filter and we're using ABC. So let's now do one important thing. Let's say our IPC, we need just to look at those courses in the APC that matching our courses. Yeah, you know, we have courses here. We grabbed only the unique courses, and in the report ABC, the same courses are there, but they are repeated so many times. Yeah, so I need to go for every course, take the first course in my list courses here, and look at all students who did that course, and look at each one of them, what was his score or her score in the total course. And then if the total of that student is more than 70, then I can add him or add her to those who met the requirement, and see later at the total of my course. So the first thing I need to do, I'll create a variable called ABC1. I'll show you what I mean. This is a new variable that will take for me only student who did the first course. So I'm using the first course. Now it becomes clear now after I do this one. So APC is actually APC with the condition that APC course equal our course. Okay, let me explain it. Now, here what I'm trying, this line, what this line doing, this line is similar to this line. If you look at this line here and this line here, they are the same, they are doing the same concept. This line here was filtering data and taking only applied communication data and ignoring all the other data. Okay, and storing it for me in something called APC. This one is filtering APC. I'm looking only at the courses, at the student who did the first course, which our first course in the list. Yeah, In this case, it's first time, it will be, just a second, I can move this, yeah. This is the first course, yeah? No, this is not really, let's run this one first, and let's say here ABC, and that's it, yeah? These are the courses, no, sorry, courses, okay, good. Now, this is the first course, yeah? Now, challenge these courses I did. Let me just filter this data first. So that's unique courses, they're getting me all the unique courses. I don't want, or I need to filter the data before I come here. So this filter, I need to do it before. I need to do a filter here. We'll call it just only data. So I don't want to get into, yeah, I think I was doing the filter is late. Let's do the filter here. Very good. And then here I'll call it, sorry, this will stay data. I'll come back and explain. I think what I did the filter late. So I'm having courses. Why I noticed that? Because I noticed here I have LSS, other courses that are not applied media. Because I did my filter before. I should do the filter first, then grab the unique courses. Do the filter first by selecting only applied communication, and then grab those unique courses. Otherwise, I'm getting unique courses from all the data. I don't want that. Okay, that's done now. So this one, if I run this here, now you see I see only applied media courses. Okay, let's come back to this one, which we were discussing. So now, as we said, this line, filter data by selecting only the division applied communication, and this line, filter the data by looking only at the course that equal to course. So in the first iteration of the loop, first time the loop run, course will be CMC 4623. So it will check, is the course equal to 4623? Is the column course equal to CMC 4623? If it is equal, then we'll filter all those students who did that course. So if you display now, if I come here and say print APC1, I don't need to do that, but I'm just doing it to show you what will happen. If I do this, I will get only the student who are doing APC. See, I'll find only those students who are doing APC 48, the courses, yeah? So for each course, I'm getting the student who are doing only that course, yeah? Which a long list, so will confuse us. Let's ignore that, yeah? Is it clear for you that now what we're doing here is just filtering data by taking students who registered in the first course. Then the second loop will take the second course. The third loop will take the third course. So every iteration of the loop, it looks at only students who did only that course. Let's see if you have added any questions. Trollo, Ahmed, okay, troll. I don't know what you mean by troll, but that's nice word, hopefully. Good. Now, I know this, what we're doing today is really, we're doing the whole course is just in one example. But I'm looking for those people who want to see the whole pictures. And then we're going again and again and again until you find it very easy. So now, what we did basically, we went through the courses, the list of courses, course by course, and every time we take only students who registered in that course. And what we will do with those students who registered only in that course? So what the benefit of that? Because basically what I need to do now, I need to start calculating metric 1 and metric 2. I'm finding values for it. So let's say metric 1. What is metric 1 will be? Metric 1 are those students who who scored 70 or above in the course. So how I can do that? How I can find student who met 70 or above? Basically, I say APC 1, this is my list, and then I go through those students, APC 1, and I need the column. What column I need? I need the one that has the final score. I'll take this one. Okay, the way we do it is not this, but I just it's more, we get into question by question, but I don't want to get now into question by question. So basically I'm looking at student who scored in the final score more than or equal 70. So metric 1, that's it. Yeah, that's metric 1. But now this one, it's not really a number. Yeah, this will give me a list of a data frame. I need to convert it to a number. I need to know the length of it. So I just put length. So now metric 1 is looking at only student who their final score in that course, their final score is more than equal 70. And those students registered in that course. Yeah. So the student who register in this course, because I'm using ABC 1, which give me only student register in a single course. Student register in single course, and then looking at their final score and make sure it's more than 70, and then converting this one to a number. So that metric 1. What will be metric 2? Metric 2 is very simple. Everyone register in the course. So it's basically len of APC 1. Everyone register in the course. Good. So I have those two metrics now came in. Just let's try something here and say print, yeah, metric 1, comma, metric 2. Yeah, we're just printing it. I don't need to print it, but I'm going to print it just to show you what we are going to get. So you look at, this is course by course. The first course, 12 students scored 70% out of 18 students. The second course, 33 students scored 70% or above out of 40. And the third one, 10 out of 12. Yeah. Of course, I can calculate the percentage here. I can say here, metric 1 divided by metric 2, okay, and then just for the multiply by 100. Now I'll get something that comes like that. I want, this is the percentage. I want to round it. I can use round, okay, and I can say round this to 2 decimal point. That's it. Now you get better one. It looks better, but I'm going to make it nicer than this. I'm just giving you an idea now what's coming on. Okay, and of course you can say here course, comma, and then you do that. Yeah, but this is not what I'm going to do. I'll do even better than that one. We're putting it in our report because you have something called report, so we have to put it into the report. Khalifa, thank you for subscribing to the channel, and hi. You just said hi. The questions, oh, very nice. Why we use single quote with metric and not, very good. Yeah, I like this. This question is good. I need those questions. Yeah, these questions are the best questions I can see. Now you mean here, yeah, and here. Now there are two things. One, when you assign a value There is a variable and give it a value. Give it a value. You use single. Yeah. When you check, is that course, is the course in that column equal to this course? You use double. Yeah. Double equal are for checking when there is a question here. Basically, in this place, saying, get me data where the course column contains the value of course. So is the column course contain the value of this course, CMC 4623 or whatever? So this is a condition here. So inside here is a condition. But when you assign a value to variable, this is a variable, and you're assigning a value to it, use single quote. So single quote for assigning value and double quote for condition. When you ask a question or you put a condition, say, give me this when that is happening. The case here saying, list for us data when the course column contain this particular specific course. And I hope my answer was clear. So that when you use it, yeah? Always when you assign value. Here we are assigning this value to metric. And here we are assigning this value to metric too. So we're using single. We're not asking a question. Good. So this is fine, but I don't want this column, this row. I need it to go into my report. Yeah? So how I can get it into my report? Okay, again, this is a little bit tricky, but it's easy, yeah? In fact, we need to do something, I don't know what that thing, equal metric 1. That's what we will do, yeah? Now, I need to find what is this that I need to put here. So, I want to say, there is the column, I want to assign this value to this column. Where is our report? We didn't show report again. We stopped showing report. Let's show the report here. So let's add here and say report. If you remember our report and show just only the head, so we don't want it to come and give us so many things. If you remember, this is our report. You'll get course, you'll get metric 1, you'll get metric 2. What I want to do here, I want to assign for this course, I want to assign a value for metric based on the number of students who meet 70 or above. And I need to assign this one when the total number of students. So basically this 0, I need to change it to become something that depends on the data. And this 0, I want to change it and make it something depends on the data. And the column here is metric 1, and the column here is metric 2. Let's focus on metric 1, because that's the more difficult. How I can change the data of metric 1 to contain exactly the student who met 70 or above in each of these courses. So here is how we're going to do it. So this part is the one that we need to do. Okay. First thing, report metric 1. This is the one that I want to change. Yeah. So I want this metric 1 to get the new value, which is metric 1. This is not the way. This is not everything, yeah? But basically, I'm changing this column. That's what I want you to understand. I'm changing now this column value. So to change that column, that's it, report metric 1. But I need to change it when this condition is met. When the course in that column is equal to this course we're dealing with now. See? In this loop, all these things now belong to only one course, which is the first course. Second time the loop goes, become the second course. So first time it run, it talks only about this one. So this line talking about CMC 4623, this line. So everywhere we have course is just referring to the first one. In the second iteration is the second course, yeah? So report metric 1, and now I need to put the condition. to ensure that that report is only looking at that course. So again, I open square bracket and say report of course equal, because I'm checking here again, course. That's all what I need now. Basically what I'm saying, this is a long one, yeah? But you get used to it. We'll do it again. You'll find we'll do this on product, we'll do it on course, we'll do it on so many things. So it becomes just normal thing. Life is about practice, and I can give you a long story about how we did learn to talk. And we did learn to talk by practice. We practiced, now we talk very well. And talking is more than any other task we do in life. It's more complicated than any engineering things, because there's so many things in it. And you're starting by looking just at those alphabetics we have. In Arabic we have 28. Each one comes from different place in your mouth. Each one has a different frequency, and you do it with a different tone as well. And now you practice it, you can mix it, you create word, you create sentence without feeling about it. Why? Because we did practice that since we were young, and when you practice things, it becomes just like drinking water. Not a hot water, normal temperature. Okay, so this one basically now we're focusing on the column metric. When that column, when the report have only the course we're looking for. So we don't want mixed data, change metric for every other course. We need to change the metric with this value only for that course we're dealing with now. And then we do a loop and do the other course. That's became clear. Now you'll understand that the second line, which you need, is the same line here, and just metric 2 here, and metric 2 here. And now our report is ready. Let's run it. Hopefully I didn't make any mistake. Fine. These are all warning because you can read them later. Different versions we have, and there's no issue with that. So we run report now. See, this is our report. Has the course, the number of students who made 70 or above, and total number of students. And these are the courses. Now I can write them to an external file and do some other thing. But we'll do some more thing with it, just few more things I want you to look at, and we'll then conclude that one. Good. Now let me repeat explaining this one. Sorry for this one. Now we can after we did all this, we will create a function, yeah, that we can just pass to that function this percentage. Now we're saying 70. What if we say 80 or 75, 60, 40? We can just pass that, and it does all the calculation for us and give us a new report based on the new parameters we set. Yeah, and that's what we call it modeling. Yeah. So this report is there. Now what if we want to add here to the report is those percentage, yeah, percentage of format. So we can say here met target, yeah, say met target. This is a new column that I'm adding. Easily you can add any column, yeah. Met target equal, now you know that, which report, yeah, metric 1 divided by report metric 2, and we can have a len here and multiply by 100. I can multiply at the end, same thing, but this will do that. So now we added a new one, will appear here, that called met target. and it basically divided this value with this value multiplied by 100, and then we will round it. Yeah, let's just do as it is, and then we round it so you understand it better. So I just add report here to display it. So that's where it came, and it came without need to round anything. Beautiful, thank you. Came all the same, yeah? Tell me what's wrong with this. Okay. There's nothing wrong except I need to do one thing more here, and let me do it from here. So report and add mid target here. Mid target equal 0. Let's put it there. So from the top. And we also can do this here, the same thing here. Remember that. We can add here variable called met, just to make it looks better, which metric 1 divided by metric 2. Okay, these are all numbers anyway, I don't need len. And then I will round this one by 2. Okay, so that's one, and then I will add here this one here, and then here what we using this one, met target. Yeah, met target equal met. خلاص, met target equal met. Very good. And now coming here, I don't need the whole thing here. I have done it on the top there and run it, and now you have here just only one thing I did not do well is multiply this by 100. Okay, and come here and do that. These things, you know, this is why I did them a little bit quick. Sorry. Where are you guys? I think len must be round. Yes. Yeah, I think we're done now. I think I did it the other way around. I think I had something there. Anyway, this question. Thanks, it is clear now. Very good, thank you. I'm happy to know that it's clear. Now what I need to do now, I need to sort. So I'm not going to allow you to leave, yeah? There are only 4 of you, so those 4 are important to me. So I will let's sort this one, so we have the highest number is coming first. Okay, good. So report sort underscore values. That's how this is done. Now we're sorting it by what? By met target. There's a problem with the screen here. Anyway, leave it as it is. No. So we want it ascending or descending. We will want it descending, yeah? So we'll say ascending. There's no descending. There's ascending equal false, which equal to descending. So we do that. Now we can see the higher came first, and it keep going down, down, down. Thank you, Khalifa, for subscribing. New subscriber, Khalifa, subscribe. Okay, good, thank you. Okay, so this one going down, and that's it. So we sorted it by met target. So both the highest scored and lower scores are down here. So you have some courses we not meeting target LSM, and I don't know why this is coming, still coming here, attached to our program. Okay, good. So that's all of this exercise. Now we can do plotting. We'll do plotting next time. We can do some other things. I hope you find this useful, and we'll keep doing similar things again and again. I think with more practice and more case studies and more examples like this, I hope you will find it a simple thing to do. There are few logics that we need to do more and explain it more. We'll try to do that. So done from my end. If you have questions, is blank allowed to use in met target? Yes, yeah, it's allowed, but because I want to use a percentage, this is why I just used 0, because I'm not using string, I'm using text. So the met target, there are few things. Where are we? Yeah, we have here those situations where there are only one student in the course, and that student did not score more than 70. Now I can filter those by looking at only, that's another thing I can do. Or one thing with this one, with the, before you go, don't go, for the sorting. You see, we did the sorting now, yeah? But if I come down here, create a new cell, I want you to remember this, and do report again, I will find the data are not sorted. Still the original. How I can force it to stay? I can add here something called in place. In place equal true. This will force it to change the original data. So when I do this, now I run report, it's sorted. If I go anywhere and run report now, down here, where is that? Yeah, I did run it. But if I run it anywhere again, it will be sorted because I forced it using in place. Yeah, let's do another one here and say report. It will stay sorted because that way of forcing it to reflect the sorting in the original data, which in this case the report. The other thing I can do, I can filter and say give me only data when the metric 2 is more than 15 student. So I want only courses that has student registration is more than 15. So I can say report again of, and now this is the condition, yeah? So report, we're saying metric 2 more than or equal 15. So now this will filter for me that one student and a small number. So I'm getting only those has 15 or above. Yeah, so nothing there. So those small number of sections, I do not use them in my report because they are not significant enough to give me any indication of the value of data we used. Okay, good. You have any question? I can see 2 more people came, but came little bit late after what we did, but I'll go and explain what we did. So maybe that can be useful for you. We start from the beginning, and I'm enjoying this one, by the way. What's the time now? Okay, still time, okay. Because anyway, this report I did for my department. I did more details report for, so what we're seeing now is something I didn't really do it specially for this. but we'll do more for this. And you have some ideas for anything. We can look at attendance, we can look at some more business cases. If anyone from business, please let me know if you have anything. We have that report about the superstore has so many sales and things. We can do lots of analysis on that one as well. Okay, so here we just read the data, and we have our sheet is here contain 20,000 record, and we grabbing only this sheet from that table. There are many sheets. I'm just focusing on this one. And then it gives us, without no details of student or faculty, and I think it just gives us courses and scores of different people. Everyone did that course and all the courses. So what we did here, we filter those students by looking at only those who are registered in the division of applied communication. So we said, give me data when the column date of that data division with the column division. This one I highlighted is the column division. When the column division is equal to applied communication. When these two match, then that's the data you need to focus on it. And then the next thing, I have this data, which now data only for students who are in applied communication. By the way, there are two divisions. I used division, and there is something called course division. It's better I use the course division, because the division, for example, applied communication. Student applied communication doing courses, and general studies doing courses in business. I don't want to include those courses in my analysis. I need only applied communication. So if I changed my data and did this one, yeah, this way, you notice here down we had some courses that looks strange, like LSM, LSC. Now all this will go away. Okay, so now that's improvement in our code. So we run this. I'll come back and explain all the details. Just let me update all my data after I did that. And then run this and run the report now. And you can see we have this, but there is one more thing we need to run. Is here. This one, let's take it from here. So we just save a cell. I don't know why we have it there. And we add it here after this. So it does calculate and then sort and then find only students who are when there are only 15 students, 15 or more student in a course. So courses with smaller number of registration, less than 15, they are not now appearing in my list. Okay, I'll go back and recap. Okay, reading is fine. Showing the top 5 is fine. Here we said we selected only data that has the course division equal applied communication. This only. Now other division courses are not appearing in the list. And now we took the courses and put them in a list. So this, we looked at the unique courses, and using the word unique, yeah? Unique courses are courses that I want them to appear only once. So we selected those courses, we put them into a list called courses. Now this list of courses, we want to convert it to a data frame, because it's not in a table format as we looked at it before. So we created something called a report, and we took those courses, which are here, and converted them to a data frame using this line. So this converted the list for us into data frame. And we added a column name called courses on that one. Okay? Then we added 2 more columns. One is metric 1, and we gave it 0. A metric 2, and gave it 0. And another one called mid target, and we gave it 0. So now we have 4 in our report. So our report is appearing like this. These are the courses, metric 1 0, metric 2 0. This is all zeros. Yeah, we're going now to go course by course and calculate how many students score 70 in that course and add the value here, and how many students in total register in the course and add the value here. Then divide this value by this value and create a met target. So that's what basically we're going to do. So we went into a loop. We said go through the courses one by one. Basically this line literally says what I said. Go through the courses one by one. These are the courses, and this is going one by one. First time course will be the first course value, second time course will be the second course value, and go ahead. So this line going through the courses one by one. First iteration, it has course, has the first course on the list. And then I said filter this data. Find me only student who register in this course. Like what we did, we filtered by the division here. Here we said find us only data where the division, course division equal applied communication. The same thing here we're saying. Find us the data when the course column contain the value of that course coming from here. So this is just looking at student who registered only in that course. Then we know now I have a new data called ABC1 has only the student who registered in that course. First thing I need to know how many of them scored 70 and store it in metric 1. And what is the total number of students and score it in metric 2. Now to find student who scored 70 and store it in metric 1, I need to use this here. Basically, again, the same thing. Go through the APC, which the list of students registered in that particular course. Go through that one and find me the APC column final score, which is this one, more than or equal 70. So now we're limiting our data only to data that the final score is more than or equal 70. Okay? So this will find us another data frame. We take the length of that data frame, convert it to length, and store it in metric 1. Metric 2 is easier. We just take the length of everything in APC1. And everything in APC1 are the students who registered in that course. Now we have those in our hand, metric 1 and metric 2. Our calculation is almost ready. But we need to go and change those values here. So for this single course, I need to change this value here. This value, I need to make sure I'm changing the value of this course, not changing value of another course, because I'm dealing only now with this course. So here comes the idea. This one until here saying work on this column. Don't work on the other column. Work on column metric 1. That's what basically is saying. So metric 1 here, report metric 1 means everything you do with metric 1. Good. Now do with metric 1 only for the course CMC 4623. Don't touch the other courses. And basically this line, this part here, saying work only on this course. And next time the loop goes in, work only with this course. Third time going to course. So if I don't use this one, I'll find everyone having the same value. But this one forcing it to work within only that course we're dealing with now. Okay? And change the metric to 1. The same thing for metric 2. This metric here. Saying change metric 2. This is column 2. But work only on that course. And this one exactly saying that. work on that course and use metric 2. Now once you did that, you have already metric 1 and metric 2, both of them are numeric, so you can round them here. Say round metric 1 divided by metric 2 multiply 100, and rounding it by 2. I need 2 decimal point only. And then adding the last one, similar to others, adding value of target, yeah, and it's the same things. Work on target of that course, yeah, and then use the met which we calculated. Now we have this, we are done. One thing, we just sorted the value by the highest met target, so this comes first, and we use ascending false and in place equal true, and then we said give us only courses that has registration more than 15. See, metric 2 is every student registered in the course, so it can be the registration, and that's how it's done. This is all what we did today, and I hope you enjoyed it, you find it useful. I know it was maybe difficult because first time we're doing it, but we'll repeat it, and do more of that. Is report a data frame? Yes, report is a data frame because we converted it. See, I'll show you where. Look here. We used this one to convert courses to data frame. Courses are not data frame, they are a list. But when we used pandas data frame function and we pass to that pandas the courses and we give it a column, automatically convert it to a data frame. And now report is a data frame. Yes, it is a data frame. Okay, thank you everyone. I hope you find it useful, and we will meet tomorrow as well. We'll go through some other things related to this course, and hope you will find it useful. Thanks. Have a good night.